stop trusting Amazon's category dashboard. It looks helpful, but it's probably killing your book's visibility. You could be ranked number one and still be invisible. Here's what they don't tell you. Over 25% of categories are broken, ghosted, or duplicated. If you choose wrong, your book gets buried even if it's a bestseller. I've deep dived into this topic and I see the hidden traps. And today, I'll show you exactly how to avoid the worst ones. Let's dive in. First of all, you might be wondering, hey Trip, what are ghost categories? Well, they are categories that look normal inside the KDP dashboard. But when your book goes live, they don't show up in the store. Readers can't browse them, your book won't get a bestseller tag, and you get zero visibility, even if your book is selling well. This is a huge thing to factor in because we're talking about 1 in 4 categories in Amazon are really ghosts. Let's talk about how you can spot these manually. You don't need fancy software to catch one. Here's what you do. Publish your book or check an existing title. Go to the Amazon product page, scroll down to product details, and click on one of the categories listed. If the page has no bestseller categories, no top 100 lists, or only lists subcategories with no ranked books, guess what? You found a ghost category. Swap it out for something that's visible, or Amazon's going to bury your book. The potential problems don't end there because there are duplicate categories as well. Amazon has multiple breadcrumb paths that lead to the exact category of a page. Let's look at an example. Books, literature and fiction, historical fiction, mysteries. Another one, books, mystery, thriller and suspense, mystery, historical. Those look different, but they take you to the exact same top 100 list. See what I'm talking about here? This is so important to recognize and, of course, avoid, because if you pick both of those, you're wasting an entire category slot. Amazon won't list your book twice in the same page. It only is ever going to count once. So we've identified 2 big issues. Here's what you ought to do instead. You get 3 distinct category paths to choose from. Let's use an example. Christian living, poetry by woman, grief and bereavement. Each leads to a unique audience and gives you separate exposure. If in one of those 3 spots you put a ghost or a duplicate category, what you've just done is reduce your chance of exposure on average by 33%. So you want to avoid the ghosts by checking the live bestseller pages after you launch, or do that looking beforehand. You want to make sure you're skipping duplicates by comparing breadcrumb trails and bestseller lists. If both trails lead to the same place, then you know what? You've got a duplicate. Now, there's some tools that can help you speed up this process and help you along the way. There's Publisher Rocket. They make this way faster than doing it yourself. Publisher Rocket will instantly flag ghost and duplicate categories and show real-time sales data so you don't waste an entire slot. If you're doing this often, guess what? It's going to pay off. It's worth the price. If not, you can still manage this manually. It just takes a little bit more time. But either way, it absolutely has to be done. Quick question. If you had to pick just 3 categories for your next book, what would they be? Drop them down there in the comments. I'd love to see where you're aiming and where you want to land. And talking about where you're aiming, if you want to get my full self-publishing map, the exact process I use to launch books so they don't get buried, just drop book down there in the comments and I'll send that your way. Now, if you're publishing on Amazon, there's one more thing you need to see. Watch this video right here. It covers a sneaky little element I want to share with you and a mistake I definitely want you to avoid. I'll see you over there.